So hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and clocking into TikTok. Guys, I'm wondering if right now you can hear. Hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and clocking into TikTok. Guys, I'm wondering if right now you can hear the train in the background right now. I'm gonna give you a second to listen and see if you can hear the train in the background. Right now, I just hopped on for this live. Obviously, there's nobody that has joined yet. I'm going to give you all some time to join me or whatever. But I'm just wondering if anyone, if this is popped up on your For You page, I'm wondering if you can hear the train in the background. And I just want to let you hear it. Try to hear it anyway, because I just think it kind of goes with the idea of my channel and everything. So anyhow, maybe you can hear this. Maybe you can hear the train in the background. Maybe you can't hear the train in the background. But anyhow, guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry clocking into TikTok. And I'm going to go ahead and just let you know the reason why I decided to go live tonight. I was wondering if I was going to have a chance to fit this into my day, or what right now is nighttime. I'm looking at my clock right now, and the time is actually 9:41. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I did want to see if you could hear the train in the background, so I'll go ahead and start it out this way. That just came to the top of my mind. Guys, my channel, my channel is called Sunset Songs. My channel is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. And of course, when you think about a journey, you might think about a car, you might think about a train, you might think about a plane, whatever. So that just wanted to share that, because obviously I'm wondering if you could hear the train in the background. You can't hear it anymore now. But anyhow, my channel Sunset Songs is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction, where if this has popped up in your For You page, and you're looking, this is in front of you, your For You page, and you're looking, this is in front of you, you may already know what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like. Through your positive or negative thinking, it is said that through the law of attraction, we are always attracting. We are always attracting, whether you know it or not. You're attracting. How are you attracting? You are attracting with your thoughts. If you are thinking negative thoughts, if you are doing negative things, if you're hanging out with negative people, then it's said that you're always manifesting. So if you're thinking negative thoughts, you're hanging out with negative people, you're doing negative things, then you are hanging out with positive people, doing positive things, then you would, through the law of attraction, we're always attracting. So it said anyway, you are always attracting if you were thinking the positive things, if you're hanging out with positive people, doing positive things, then through the law of attraction, you would be attracting the positive things back into your life. And when you like, click, share, subscribe, all that different stuff here on my channel, I'm definitely trying to attract positive things, and I'm trying to take you on the journey, my personal journey with the law of attraction. And my idea is to attract the good things in life. On the other hand, I also know that it is a world of duality. So it is a discussion when we have negative thoughts, or there's something we need to, talk about or whatever. Hey, we'll do that too. But we just try to keep it as positive as we can. With that being said, try to keep it as positive as we can. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and basically tell you what this video is going to be about. My channel again is called what this video is going to be about. My channel again is called Sunset Songs. I'm going to go ahead and give you a sunset song. Now, guys, a sunset song is basically if you've watched any of my other videos, you already know that I do something called a sunset song. The sunset song, basically, the idea of a sunset song is with what I will call an episode to my channel Sunset Songs. Every episode I try. There's been there's been quite a few episodes, I'll say, that I didn't think of a sunset song, but especially since I have been going live, which I've been going live for a month now. The first time I went live here on TikTok, I went live for the 8th month, 8th day, 2025. So that was, basically a month ago. Today is the 9th month, 9th day, 2025. And when you add up even the 2025, it adds up to be 9. So right now, today is the 9. With that being said, if you've watched any of my other videos, you already know that for the most part, like I said, especially when I started going live a month ago during the Lionsgates portal, which was the 8th month, 8th day, 2025. I, from that point on, have, for the most part, I do believe I have had a sunset song. A sunset song is basically for each episode. I try to, before I make the video, or if it's a live video, before I go live, I basically kind of ask Spirit or whatever, like, put a song in my mind, put a song in my heart, and that basically pertains to or is tailored around whatever subject matter I'm going to be talking about within the video or the live that I'm about to do. With that being said, today is the 9th month, 9th day, 2025. And again, even when you go ahead and add that 2025, you get another 9. So we've got 3 9s. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry, guys. I'm wondering if you can hear me right now. I have a lot of technical, like, hangups and glitches when I get on TikTok. I don't know what it is, but look, now I just thought of something because I just saw the name Mary Jane, and that makes me actually think about a group back in the day. It was called the Mary Jane Girls. The Mary Jane Girls, I think it was Rick James who got them started. But anyhow, that's just a random thing because I call my channel, my channel is called Sunset Songs. But anyhow, with that being said, today is the 9th month, the 9th day, 2025. Even with the 2025, you add it up, the 2, the 0, the 2, and the 5, you get 9 again. So you got 9 3 times. With that being said, before I jumped on, I'm like, okay, Spirit, whatever, give me play a song in my mind. What song do you want me to talk a little bit about tonight? Put a song on my heart. And there were 2 different songs, but the song that I'm going to go with, because the other one I can pick for another time, guys, this might sound a little bit crazy or whatever, but then again, maybe it doesn't. The song that popped up in my mind for this particular episode, because I was thinking about the number 9, guys, was the song is the sunset song for tonight. I was thinking about the number 9. Guys, was the song is the sunset song for tonight is going to be Working 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. Now, guys, I want to say this. Not too long ago, for another live, I've talked about, here on my channel, I've talked about Whitney Houston a lot. Dolly Parton actually did the first version of Whitney Houston's, well, I'm not going to say the first version. The original version of the song, I Will Always Love You, the way I understand, was originally performed by Dolly Parton. And then, of course, Whitney Houston came along and she redid it. The way I understand, was originally performed by Dolly Parton. And then, of course, Whitney Houston came along and she redid it. And, of course, there was a movie that it went along with. I Will Always Love You was featured in the movie The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner. So anyhow, I wanted to go ahead and mention that. Hi, guys. I'm going to look at a couple of names here. I see a Raymond. I see a Martin. Guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Thank you so much for joining me tonight during this 999 portal. I consider this to be really special that you're joining me, because you could be doing so many other different things. But right now, here at 9:49, even, 49 minutes after 9, you're joining me on this very, very special day, this special portal that is said to be open. So anyhow, let me go ahead and talk about the song again. 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. This is the song that popped up in my mind before I started doing the live. And when I thought about this song, it came into my mind. I want to say, guys, that if there is a song that's ever, playing in your heart, you have it on your mind, When you join the lives, or if you watch any of my other videos, you can go ahead and leave that song. If I haven't heard of the song or whatever, of course, I'm going to go and listen to it, and maybe sometime I'll pick it as the sunset song. I'm always interested in learning, in hearing new music. So, of course, music's being made every day. There's old music, and then there's new music being made, every day. There's always something to sing about. So again, if you, even here, if you want to leave a song, just in the chat right now, you can feel free to do that. But I also want you to know that, it could be any song. If you want to pick a sad song, you can pick a sad song. We're trying to be positive, but there are sad love songs. There are times in our lives where we kind of do want to feel our feelings and feel sad. So, I'm go ahead and encourage that as well. But, by picking a song by Dolly Parton, I want to let you know that, okay, I'm Shadow Girl Sherry. In my videos, I don't appear in my videos, at least not yet. I wonder if you can even hear it in the tone of my voice. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't know. But I am African American. But don't get the idea that I don't listen to a little bit of everything, because I do. So, obviously with Dolly Parton, that's country music. You see what I'm saying? So, just feel free to leave the songs that you like on any of my videos. And it's a big possibility that I may have already heard it, or I like the song. So, just give me a chance here. So anyhow, but the sunset song for tonight is going to be Working 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. Obviously, but the sunset song for tonight is going to be Working 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. Obviously, because the number 9 is in that song. Today is the 9th month, 9th day, 2025. The 9-9 portal is open, working 9 to 5. My idea is, let me think of a lyric that's in the song. I try to listen to it a little bit. It's been a while since I've heard the song. It's an old song, obviously. But I always try to listen to heard the song. It's an old song, obviously. But I always try to listen to the sunset song before I get online or before I make the video, and kind of share a lyric with you. Quickly, a part of a lyric that I can remember that kind of stood out to me is when she's describing that she basically just jumped out of bed, and I guess she's clearing her head, and she how does she say it? She has to go, and she's going into the kitchen to pour herself a cup of ambition, and we know what that is. That's coffee. So guys, or that could be Red Bull or anything like that. But I don't think that way back in the day, I think that song may have been made in maybe 1980. I think there was a movie, 9 to 5, that Dolly Parton actually played in, had a part in. I'm wondering, all of it came out in maybe 1980, I believe. Don't quote me here, but I think it was 1980. But obviously back in that time you had coffee, but we didn't have things like Red Bull. At least I don't think Red Bull was, things like Red Bull. At least I don't think Red Bull was, was out at that time. But anyhow, I know that a lot of times in my life, I've poured a lot of coffee, a cup of ambition, and I've had a lot of Red Bull too. And there has been times, I think you can tell when I get online, I jump on here live at night where I'm talking fast, which I'm kind of doing that right now. But it's more out of just being happy. But sometimes when I jump online, it might be because I'm worked up from the day, and it may be because I've had a lot of coffee, a cup of ambition, a lot of cups of ambition to get through the day. And basically, when I'm thinking of working 9 to 5 right now, I am thinking of, look, I'm reading the stuff that's here coming across the screen. Guys, I haven't been going live I think this may be like my 11th or 12th time going live. So I still have a lot to learn. Even before I came on for this live, there was something that popped up talking about gifts and talking about, telling me how to have, encourage my viewers or whatever to, whatever. They're telling me, okay, well, maybe you might want to say that you'll sing a song. I was about to say that I would do that, and then something told me, let me read all the fine print and make sure I understand everything before I confirm and agree to something. So I've got to do that. So I've got more to learn about going live. But anyhow, so I'll let you know that, but I don't want to lose my train of thought here, because my personal journey with the law of attraction, again, a journey here, where I'm hoping to take you along on the journey of thought, my personal journey with the law of attraction, again, a journey here, where I'm hoping to take you along on the journey with me and help you on your journey as well. I said losing my train of thought. Guys, I am a Gemini, so I have a tendency to do that a lot. Guys, are there any other Geminis in the house? Just asking. If you can leave in the chat, what your zodiac sign is, that would be a way in livening up this chat here, if you will. But anyhow, guys, I am a Gemini, so I have a tendency to be very, very talkative. And just remember, the first time I went live, it took me a while to get more comfortable. But I love going live now. But anyhow, again, I've talked about the cup of ambition, and sometimes, being nervous, or I'll say worked up. And again, I did call my channel Sunset Songs. So when I have a chance to get on at night, it's kind of like a way for me to tone down and calm down with you guys. So I thank you guys for helping me to do that. And I want to go ahead and say this as well, being that the Sunset Song was working 9 to 5. My idea for tonight, and with that Sunset Song, guys, is to, working 9 to 5. How about making, how can I put it? My idea is to make life work for you. So that's the idea. That's why life work for you. So that's the idea. That's why maybe I picked the Sunset Song that popped up in my mind, working 9 to 5. We're trying to make life work for us. So I'm not encouraging you to go out and give up your day job or anything. But of course, we know that would be wonderful. We all have goals or whatever, things that we want to do. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur or whatever. But the idea is either way. It wouldn't even have to be about a job. Maybe you like your career or whatever you're doing or whatever. But the idea is to make life, just in general, work for us. To make life work for you, to make life work for me, work for us. To make life work for you, to make life work for me, and to enjoy our lives while we're here. That's what it's all about. That's a lot what, my channel. So I think you get the idea. But guys, I want to talk a little bit about the 99 portal. Guys, this was said to be like I wanted to look it up a little bit more. This is it's supposed to be like a really huge portal. And there's lots of people that probably within their day-to-day didn't even look at it as anything. They didn't know anything about the 99 portal. If you told them something about it, they may have thought you were crazy. But if you have joined this live, I see a Valley Girl and I see a bunch of 7s. That's wonderful. 777. That's a wonderful angel number. Guys, I want to say this. I saw the 7s here, and I saw Valley Girl. I want to say hi to Valley Girl. I want to say hi to Brian Ellis. I want to say hi to K9 Vet. All you guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Thank you so much for joining me during this 99 portal. When I looked at the name Valley Girl and I see all the 7s, it made me think of just a little bit before I decided to go live. I was actually looking at my phone. I was spending, I'll say quality time with family. And at the same time, I was thinking about my TikTok and YouTube family at the same time. Now I was spending time with my natural family, you know what I mean? My blood family. But at the same time, I'm always thinking about you guys and our journey as well. And with that being said, I'm spending time with my family, and I'm kind of thinking I'd like to have spent a little bit of this 99 portal with my spiritual TikTok and YouTube family, friends and everybody out there, if you know what I mean. People that are, like-minded individuals, that kind of thing. And I kind of feel like if you If this has popped up in your For You page or you have joined this live, I kind of feel like because you're watching the live, obviously we have things in common. And I hope you can hear me, guys. I really do. Because oh man, I keep, the TikTok has a way in telling me that, something's not stable, or maybe you guys can't hear me, and I'm trying to read the same things. Gifts in there. Oh man, I really got to figure out how to do some of the stuff that I think I might be missing out on when I'm going live, because I just don't understand how to do everything yet. And I need to take some time out and look at, a video about going live. But anyhow, guys, with that being said, I saw the number 777, and I think there were more sevens even added to that number in the chat. And it made me think of more than 2 hours ago now. It's actually 10 o'clock. I'm looking at the time right now. But guys, at 7-Eleven, I actually looked at my phone. And obviously, I think a lot of people, when they see the number 7-Eleven, you think about luck. 7-Eleven. You might even think about the, obviously the convenience store, 7-Eleven. And, when you go to, see a Jerry on here, I want to say hi to everybody. And thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. But when you see the number 7-Eleven, you may think about the store 7-Eleven. It may put you in mind of convenience. It's a convenience store. We want to live more convenient lives. When you go to a store like that, I'll admit every once in a while I pick up a lottery ticket, play some numbers, whatever. But 7-Eleven is, I think a lot of people, when they see that number, there's different thoughts that come to mind. But I just happened to look at my phone at 7-Eleven tonight. And the first thing that, I'll say this, that when I was in school, I wasn't big on math. It was like my worst subject in school. But I didn't know that the older I got, that I would learn about a thing like angel numbers and just the 369 method and things like that. And just, I didn't know that I would have so much fun with numbers. Like every time I see certain angel numbers, I feel like the universe is calling me. And you see that picture on the phone tonight. It says, I've put on here, the universe is calling. And basically that's the 99 portal. I'm saying it's calling, and the universe is trying to, it said that, it's open for business, or the universe is listening to you more. So on different portals like this, like last month, it was the 8th day, and you had the Lionsgates portal. Today is the 9th month, 9th day, 2025. That's the 999 portal. Next month, we will have the 1010 portal, the 10th month, 10th day. After that, of course, we'll have the 11th month, 11th day. That's a powerful one because you have the numbers 1111. Then, of course, we have 1212. And then going into the new year, we have, 11. And when you have a 1 and a 1, that creates, it looks like a door. And that's a master number. But that's a whole other video. But tonight, I just happened at 7-Eleven to look at my phone. Now, if you, I was thinking about the number 9 today. Obviously, if you know anything about numerology, if you take the number 7-Eleven and you add those numbers up, you have the number 9. So when I saw that, I kind of took that as a message. You know what? I think I'm going to try to do a live tonight because I saw 7-Eleven. I'm going to try to do a live tonight because I saw 7-Eleven. You add the 7 and the 1 and a 1, which is basically 2. 9 plus 2 is 11, or I'm sorry, 7. I hope I said that right. 7-Eleven. If you take the 7 and you add the 1 and the 1, which is 2, you add those to get all those numbers together, 7 and basically 2 more, or 2, a 1 and a 1, you have got 9. So today is the 999 portal. So I kind of took that as a message. And I wanted to go ahead and make a live and join to reach out and talk to you guys and see how you were feeling for this 911 or this 99 portal. One thing that I like to do when you have a 99 portal, or if it was a 1010 portal, I like to, at that time, okay, so it could have been like 9 in the morning. Even in this picture, you see the AM on there. So consider, like what you were doing at 9 o'clock this morning. I didn't have a chance to mention this like in the video that I made yesterday or anything like that, because I wasn't thinking about this like in the video that I made yesterday or anything like that, because I wasn't thinking about the specific portal for right now. But 9 at 9 in the morning, I think that would have been a really powerful time to do like a little bit of a ritual. That could have been like, putting, a wish, or what I'll say, something that is already yours on like a bay leaf and burning it. And, just thinking about it as if it's already happened, like feeling in your heart, like, wow, how would you feel if this really happened? And to just feel that in that moment. Wow, how would you feel if this really happened? And to just feel that in that moment. And again, at 9 o'clock tonight would have been a wonderful time to do that. I didn't get a chance really to do it because, again, I was spending time with family. And, but of course I did find time to, when I saw that 7-Eleven, it made me think of you guys, and it made me think, hey, I may not be able to do like a ritual right at that point. That's what I was planning to do. But then I'm like, you know what? It's kind of like a ritual if I get on and I do a live tonight, because think about it, guys, whenever, like, you know what? It's kind of like a ritual if I get on and I do a live tonight, because think about it, guys, whenever you get with like-minded people and you all have the same intention, and even if you're like in the same space or wherever in the chat, just where you are, like where are you from? You could say where you were originally from, where you are right now. Even the chat, just where you are, like where are you from? You could say where you were originally from, where you are right now. I would appreciate if you leave it in the chat. I shouldn't even say that, because see, I won't do it. I won't. Shadow Girl Sherry is not going to at this moment say where she's from, or if you know what I mean, because I have shadow work and stuff that I have to do. I really do. I know that's why I called myself Shadow Girl Sherry. I called myself Shadow Girl Sherry before I even knew what shadow work was. So that was really a big communication when I found out what shadow work was. Girl, you need to do some shadow work. So with that being said, I just wanted to share that. But at 7, and I thought about this portal, the 7-Eleven, you add the 7 and the 1 together, you got 9. Today's the 999 portal, and the universe is calling. So again, I just kind of feel like I didn't get to do anything specific at 9 o'clock, but the one thing that I was doing was getting everything together to come on and join you guys. And again, I kind of feel like that's a ritual, because we are all like-minded people. We may not be trying to manifest the same thing. Like some of you guys may be trying to manifest love. You might be trying to manifest a new career or job, whatever you want to call it. You might be trying to manifest a new home, whatever. But yeah, so you get what I'm saying. But we're all in this space, basically. I say space, like wherever you are, but we're in the same space because we're all trying to be positive. I feel like that's a big ritual, because we may not all be trying to manifest the same thing, but guys, and again, we are trying to manifest the same thing, because we're trying to manifest positive lives and our best lives. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys some thoughts that I have been thinking about the number 9 lately. That I have been thinking about the number 9 lately, because I've talked about it a couple of times. When I went live for my 3rd time, I thought about the number 3, where if you start out with the number 3, if you have turn that into 333. Now, I think a lot of people you may already know that when it comes to The Secret, that may have, for me, that was the very first book that I ever read when I got into the law of attraction. It was The Secret. And I think her name is Rhonda, the author. Her first name's Rhonda, and I think it's Bynes. I don't know how to pronounce it, but her name is Rhonda. But in the book, one of the first things I learned was about the number 3. It's the number of creation. So if you take the number 3, and I'm just thinking, you take the number 3 and you have that number actually 3 times. So you have 333. It then becomes an angel number. So, but I'm thinking about it, and I think about the number 3, okay? And then you take it, if you add 3 more, the next step up would be 6, okay? So you have 3, add 3 more, you have 6. You add 3 more from that 6, guys, add 3 more, you've got 9. And you've got 9. And if you just took, there was some other way that I was going to describe the number. Yeah, if you just took the number 6 alone, you take the number 6 and you add 3 more to it, 3 and 6 together, you've got 9. So I've just been thinking about that number a lot. Obviously, when you think about, okay, you have 3, you add 3 more, you've got 3, you add 3 more, then you've got the number 6, okay? Then you add 3 more from that, you've got 9. But if you take the method, if you take 3, 6, 9, that is actually a method, okay? You write down something, it's called the 369 method. I think it may even be called the Tesla code. But basically the idea about it, and you might want to look it up, but if I can remember off the top of my head, you have whatever an intention, and right now it's 10-10, guys. So just think about that for next month. We're at 9-9 now, but next month we'll have the 10th month, 10th day. And I'm thinking about that because I'm looking at my phone right now, and it's 10-10 at night. And even I'll say this, I'm always considering numbers. When I a lot of times lately, when I, for whatever reason, even before I started, a little bit before I started to get on for this live, times lately, when I, for whatever reason, even before I started, a little bit before I started to get on for this live tonight, I noticed that my phone was at 69%. That's been happening a lot. That number, I've looked at my phone a lot lately. And when I look at the phone, it's at 69%. With that being said, I always think about placing a 3 in front of it, and you have the 369 method. So guys, the idea for me, I'm thinking about the 369 method. Maybe you want to go and try, you might want to try it soon. The idea is, and you can look it up, but the basic idea is to, whatever you were trying to manifest, write it down 3 times in the morning, come back later on, manifest, write it down 3 times in the morning, come back later on at, after, and in the afternoon, write it 6 times, and 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. So you have had the numbers basically 3, 6, and 9. 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. Write whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, that you're saying and you're feeling in your heart as if it's already yours. Even if you have to place your hand on your heart and think about it, like really, really think about it. Like, how would you feel if this was already happening in your life? And feel that feeling. And as you're writing the intention down, whatever, feel it as if it's already happening. And by doing that, and I'm wondering, you might want to look up how many days you do that. I'm thinking 21 days would be a good way to do it. Or maybe you might want to say 9 days. Okay. But look it up. I think it could vary. It's all about the way you feel. But 21 days is very powerful because it takes 21 days to make a habit, for you to build a habit. So 21 manifestation. So I'll leave that with you. But guys, I also wanted to say this, and I've been wanting to say it for a while, when it comes to that number 369, the number 3, whatever. I have thought about these numbers for a little bit now, and I've been wanting to share this, but I have to, let me find something here. Let me find it. I've got some notes that I want to share with you guys. Okay. If you had the numbers, think about the numbers 3, 6, and 9, and we're going to try to scramble those numbers up a little bit. Kind of think about eggs, really. At 9 in the morning, I don't know, maybe by 9 in the morning, maybe you already had breakfast. I don't know if you had eggs or not, but we're scrambling things up right now. And maybe had breakfast. I don't know if you had eggs or not, but we're scrambling things up right now. And maybe, I don't know, you could have had breakfast for dinner, but let's just think about scrambled eggs and scrambling these numbers up. Okay, guys, if you took the numbers 3, 6, and 9, right? Okay, you would have the Tesla code, And I think it was I don't want to be disrespectful. What was his name? Nikola Tesla. You guys want, and Tesla even obviously is a car, a Tesla. So let's think about it, and keep our goals and things high, if you know what I mean. This is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction, and I just mentioned a Tesla. It's all about the journey, and we're trying to be positive. And guys, I don't know what you're trying to manifest. What, guys, do you want to leave it in the chat? What's already yours, guys? Just if you want to leave it in the chat. But anyhow, let me take those numbers and scramble them up. We're gonna have breakfast for dinner after dinner at like 10:14 at night. That's the time right now. But anyhow, guys, let's think about those numbers right now. The number 3, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. If you were to scramble those numbers up, either way you go, you have a little bit of magic. And I'm going to explain how. And I'm talking about all this again because if you are watching this, this has popped up in your For You page, you're standing on the outside of the club or whatever you want to call it, or the breakfast table, because I've been talking about eggs and breakfast for dinner and all that. If you want to come in and join, I hope that you will. But the subject, what I'm talking about basically today, is the 999 portal, because that's what's said to be open right now. And guys, I want to just let you know the intense energy that's available right now, because we just had a blood moon. Was it Sunday? It was Saturday or Sunday. We had a full blood moon. That's intense energy. Now we have the 999 portal. And I wonder, I'm trying to remember when we had a portal like this. This is supposed to be a big one. I think it's been like 10 years, maybe. Like, this is, for whatever reason, I can't even go into all that. This is supposed to be starting like a total different cycle. Because think about it, guys. This is even a 9-year altogether. This is a 9-year. 2025 is a 9-year. If you were to think about this if you were to think about tarot cards, the tarot card that goes with the 9th year, this year of 2025, is the Hermit. And that's a very spiritual card. It's all about transformation. I'm going to go ahead and say, when it comes to the number 9, obviously I don't know if you've heard, but this year is said to be like, and right now my phone is actually at 45%. If you take 4 and 5 and you add it up, you've got 9. You've got 9. So I wanted to share that. My phone is at 45% right now. But on from that, this is, if you are experiencing a lot of chaos in this year, it's said that you're basically right on point. You're supposed to be going through a lot of changes right now, and those changes may not be all that comfortable. And I've got to admit that for me, it's been a crazy, chaotic year. It's been that way for me for the last couple of years. So I got to admit it. But again, this year has been kind of rocky. I've seen several snakes. I'm going to say maybe in this year, for this summer, I think I have seen 3 snakes altogether. 3 snakes. And this is the year of the snake. And if you think about snakes, they're about transformation, because think about it, guys. Snakes leave their skin behind. When I come outside and I see a snake skin, I'm like, okay, well, at least he let us know that he was passing through, because he left his snake skin behind. So it's about change. It's about transformation. And this is the year of the snake. Last year, I think it was the year of the dragon. Before that, I think it was the year of the rabbit, I think. Okay, but we're not going to think about all that. We're thinking about the year of the snake and change, and, the chaos and everything. And I even want you to think about the number 9 when it comes to, like, this just came to me, the birth of a child. Think about it. Okay. How long does it take for a woman to carry a child? It takes 9 months. Okay. And you think about all the changes she has to go through, in order for, she has all she's got 9 months while this baby's growing inside of her. You know what I mean? And obviously, she went through a lot, because, if you think about, the whole process, she went through a lot, because, if you think about, the whole process, we all like to think that when we do, you know what I mean? This channel out for the most part, when I upload my videos, for the most part, most of my videos I put in there that, it's for people 18 and over. But guys, we know what sex is. You know what I mean? Basically, when you are, with your partner that way, in an intimate way, it can sometimes be painful, or of course it can be pleasurable. And if you think about it, they both, pain and pleasure, they both begin with P, the letter P. And you think about the sounds that come with that. You make the same sounds with pleasure, and you can make those same sounds with pain. So what I'm thinking of right now is when you are performing this act, it could be painful, but I'm hoping that it's pleasurable for you, if you know what I mean, or somebody's not doing it the right way or something. You get what I'm saying? But basically, it's supposed to be a pleasurable thing. So that's pleasure. But then after that, once you get pregnant and you go through all that, it's not all that comfortable. And then of course you have to deliver the baby. So that's painful. You gotta go through a lot of changes, experience a lot in order to bring the child into the world. So there's a lot of change and chaos there, if you know what I mean. And even consider, again, it's going to take 9 months for the child into the world. So there's a lot of change and chaos there, if you know what I mean. And even consider, again, it's going to take 9 months for the baby to grow in the mom's stomach. And then she's got to deliver the baby at the 9th month, obviously, this beautiful baby. So consider that when you're thinking about whatever you're going through right now in this 9 year. It's supposed to be a year of chaos and transformation. But then, think about it in terms of a child, like a baby. If you were pregnant, you're going to be happy when your baby's born. At least I hope you're happy when when your baby's born, and you look at your mate and you realize what you've created. Born. At least I hope you're happy when when your baby's born, and you look at your mate and you realize what you've created together. And even think about this, guys: feminine, feminine at the end of feminine. And even think about this, guys: feminine at the end of feminine, there's a number 9. So there's a lot of energy there. So I just wanted to share that. So just think about that with the number 9. But right now I'm going to go back and scramble those eggs again, and we're going to have breakfast for after 10 o'clock. It's 10:21 now. I like breakfast for dinner. Guys, do you like breakfast for dinner? I just want to get you guys to talk a little bit. Leave something in the chat. Hi, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I hope that you're enjoying this live, because I'm having so much fun, doing this live and spending this time with you guys. This is very, very special to me, because guys, you could be anywhere else, but for whatever reason, you've decided to join me for this live. And I consider that very, very special. And I want to thank you so much. And I hope you're enjoying, everything that I have to say. And this is Shadow Girl Sherry. And I'm going to say this: if you are watching this, if this has popped up on your For You page, I really do believe that if we were to meet in real life, we'd probably be friends, because we'd have things in common. And you ever think about that, guys? Like, how many people you probably pass by in the course of a day? Like right now, a car just, heard a car go by. Let's say that. If you ever wondered how many people you probably just pass in the course of a day, and if you sat down and you talked like for a little bit, that could have been a person that could have been like a really good friend to you, but you just never got a chance to be in the right setting or be in the right place to find out. Like they just went by in their car, or you're, I don't know, walking down the street, and how many people probably passed by you that if you actually knew them or you had a conversation or whatever, then you would actually be friends. It's just a thought. But anyhow, if you're watching this, or you're staying on the outside, or the outside of the restaurant, I'll say, because I've been talking about eggs and, scrambling these numbers up, 369 and just all together. I kind of feel like if we were to see each other in real life, or we were to sit down and have a conversation, you knew who Shadow Girl Sherry was, like in real life, because you don't know what it looked like. Look, and you may have heard, I think you knew who Shadow Girl Sherry was, like in real life, because you don't know what it looked like. Um, Look, and you may have heard, I think there was a motorcycle in the background. It's all about the journey here, guys. And we're going to, our destination is a wonderful place. We're doing good things. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead and scramble those numbers up. Okay, guys, because it came to me. I think about numbers when I see them. Actually, a little bit before I started making the video, this is another thing that happened, and it's no lie. I'm not making it up. I was running errands earlier. And when I was running those errands, I happened to look at a license plate. And within that license plate, I saw my actual birthday as an angel number. So every time I see, my birth date, I look at it as, okay, it's a present. Like, be in this present moment. The present moment is a present. Think about it. Unwrap it, and basically in your mind, and just think about what would you like the universe to give to you? What do you want? If I put it right here, the universe is calling. The universe is calling. What if you, if I put it right here, the universe is calling. The universe is calling. What have you put out for the universe? What's it bringing to you? What's the gift? But that's what I think about when I see my, whenever I see an angel number, but especially if I see my birthday as an angel number. And guys, I'm one of those people where I even see my actual, guys, I don't know how many of you actually know what time you were born. Like what time, like were you born day, or were you born M, or were you born in the PM? Like when you were born, the second, the minute, you know what I'm saying, the minute, the hour when you were born. Okay. I actually know mine because I have been looking at my birth chart. And guys, studying your birth chart is a very, wow. You talking about having something down to just, wow, this is who I am. I started looking at my birth chart, and guys, you would be amazed. That's another suggestion I'm going to make for you. Amazed at how accurate it is and how it just really tells your story. But again, earlier tonight, actually saw my birthday as an angel number on I saw my birthday as an angel number basically on a license plate earlier when I was doing running errands. So, obviously I think I look at that as like a beautiful thing, and just stop in that moment and think about the gift of life, basically. So I wanted to share that with you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and scramble these numbers up again. Now, this is me thinking about the 99 portal. Okay, the 999 portal. Okay, guys, man, I can't wait to figure out everything that is going on with these lives. I got a lot to learn. I'm seeing all this stuff, and I don't understand everything. I've got a lot to learn, guys. But guys, I would really appreciate it, guys, if maybe you would like this live, if you would comment. I'm trying to get, to be, I'm trying to make it around, like comment. I'm trying to get, to be, I'm trying to make it around, like it's a journey. I'm trying to make a journey all around, guys, with positive people. Guys, if you have somebody that's not all that positive, hey, maybe they need to join the community, and you need to tell them about my channel. Here on TikTok, I go under Sherry's Shadow Closet. Okay, on YouTube, if you find me on YouTube, you can look up Sherry's Shadow Closet. You can look up Sherry's Shadow Closet on YouTube. You could look up Shadow Girl Sherry on YouTube. Or you can also go under Sunset Songs, and you're going to find my videos. So Sunset Songs is the actual name of my posts. So Sunset Songs is the actual name of my channel on YouTube. Here, the name of my channel is Sherry's Shadow Closet, but I've included that over on YouTube as well. So Sherry's Shadow Closet, personal journey with the law of attraction, and I always try to include music with that. The song that I picked for tonight is Working 9 to 5, obviously, and it's by Dolly Parton. The reason why I picked it, obviously, is because of the number 5 is in there, working 9 to 5. And basically, we're trying to make life work for us. That's the idea here. I'm not saying like give up on your day job, but wouldn't that be wonderful? We're trying to make life work for us. And I'm thinking about 9 to 5. if you had 9 tonight, okay, 9 tonight, but when I think about 5 o'clock in the morning, they often say that like really successful people are actually awake before 5 o'clock in the morning. I just wanted to share that. But anyhow, guys, well, I've got a lot to learn when it comes to lives. I make videos, but I need to look at videos as well, because again, I'm trying to get the word out I make videos, but I need to look at videos as well, because again, I'm trying to get the word out all around. But guys, I want to say hi to everybody. Let's go Islanders. I want to say hi to you. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Miss Gypsy, I love that name. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. And guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight during this 9-9 portal. You don't know how much it means to me. I really do feel like if we met in real life, we'd probably be friends, and we'd probably be hanging out and going and getting that cup of ambition that Dolly Parton was talking about. We'd be going to pour that cup of joe together. Or let's do it up a little bit and say we'd go and get some espresso together. But anyhow, or we would go and have tea and talk. But if we were going to have tea to talk, I want to be around people that are not necessarily gossiping. If we're sitting at the table, I want to be talking about what we're doing in our lives and the big things that we're doing. And, I want to sit at that kind of table. I'm not big on, gossiping and putting people down. I'm trying to rise up. That's my idea. But I wanted to say that. But guys, let's talk about these numbers and scramble them up, like I said. Okay, the number's 369, which if you started with 369, you have, and now my phone is at 39. So that's going to be pretty relevant here in a second. 3 and 9. I'll go ahead and break it down right now. 3 and 9. Now, with that 3 and 9, right now my phone is at 39%. That's pretty magical, because the next thing that I was about to talk about is the numbers 3-9%. That's pretty magical, because the next thing that I was about to talk about is the numbers 396. Okay? This is just, when you think about these numbers 3, 6, and 9, and you think about the number 9, it's a magic, because again, I've told you how the number 3 leads up to 9. If you have 3, you add 3 more, you've got 6. The 3 would be the idea of, when it comes to number 3, it's the number of creation. Keep your thoughts positive, do positive things, all that. But everything that you look at out here, it started with a thought. So think positive thoughts, okay? And 3 is the number of creation. If you see something that you want to have appear in your life, say thank you 3 times. This was one of the first things I learned when I read the book, The Secret by Rhonda. I think her last name is Bynes, but I definitely know her first name is Rhonda. And the book is called The Secret. That's the first book I got into when I first started getting into the law of attraction and all that, and trying to think in more of a magical way. But again, 3. So if you take the numbers 3, just consider this. That's, you've thought about things, okay? Keep those thoughts positive. When you get over to that number 6, you add 3 thoughts positive. When you get over to that number 6, you add 3 more, add 3 again to the number 3, you add 3 more, you've got 6. That would be that's like the bridge in between of the number 3, you add 3 more, you've got 6. That's like the bridge in between the thought and the manifestation. If this is just the way I've heard it described this way before, okay? So you've got 3, you add 3 more, you've got that 6. That's the balance. That's the bridge right there. Okay, you add another 3, you've now got 9. So 3, 6, 9. And if you just add 3 and 6 together, you have 3 and you add 6. No, if you have 3 and you add 6, or if you add 6 and you have 6 and you add 3, you've got 9. So let's just keep that in mind. But I did say that my phone is at 39%. I'm going to go ahead and scramble that up and to tell you to go ahead and have that 3 and that 9, 39, but let's add a 6 to it. Okay, guys, when you do that, if you were to consider that in hertz, a frequency, like think about music. If you wanted to, go and you can find them on like YouTube or here even, but I like to find them on YouTube because you could play it all night if you wanted to, like play it low on your speakers, or you get what I'm saying. They're like guided meditations, or if you just want to listen to the music and there's no words, you just want to listen to the frequency. If you were to go, I told you about the 369. That's a method, the Tesla code, the 369 method. But even if you take those numbers and you just have 396, that is the frequency. And that is the frequency that corresponds with the root chakra. Okay, guys, the root chakra, guys, and that chakra is, it's said to be at the base of your spine, right? The base of your spine. The color of this energy center, it's at the base of your spine, is said to be red. It's an energy center. It's red. Okay. And when you think about this, this chakra, you think about the root chakra, kind of think about a tree trunk. Oh gosh, I wonder if you guys can hear me. I get these little messages from TikTok, and I think they're trying to tell me that I have no problem with talking like over an hour. But the thing about it is I try to keep it under an hour, because if I go over an hour, I can't upload the replay. I can't include it as a replay, here on TikTok. Now on YouTube, that's where, you go over to YouTube, you're going to get the whole video. But here, like the video that I made last night, I might try to add a clip from that. Well, this is TikTok. It's all about a tick and a talk and getting things done, right? And I'm a Gemini, so it's something. So I see something that I think is probably positive here at the top of my... Guys, I got to keep talking because I won't get it all out. But I'm losing my train of thought, guys. I apologize. I am a Gemini, so that makes me talkative as anything. So I don't have a hard time with... They're always telling me, oh, well, you have went longer than the amount of time that, people usually go for a live. Guys, I shouldn't be saying this, but right now, I have somebody that is kind of watching out for me, so I know I'm safe and everything, but I'm actually in my car right now, and I am looking at the moon. It's still relatively full. They say that you can work with the energy of a full moon. There's that number again. 3 days before, the night of that new moon or full moon. Okay, you can work with that energy 3 days. That number 3, it's a magical number. 3 days before, the night of that new moon or full moon, and then you have 3 more nights after that, guys. That number 3, it's magical. And then, again, I said 369, you have 3, you add 3 more, you've got 6, that's the bridge. And then you add another 3, you've got 9, 369, guys. It's a magical number, and we're in the 999 portal. And guys, the universe is calling. You see that unknown caller on there. I thought that would be kind of fun for this particular, just to put up there. I don't want to talk about age and all that, but that's an old kind of phone that we don't see those anymore. The caller ID and all that, but we're not going to talk about age because we just don't want to do that. But anyhow, okay. But again, guys, if you were to listen to 396 as hertz, a frequency, listen to that frequency, you are aligning yourself with, you're working with the root chakra. You're working with the root chakra. That frequency corresponds with the root chakra. Now, when I think about the root chakra, I think about roots. You think about trees. You might think about trees. You might think about your family tree because it's red. The root chakra is red. There's blood, the bloodline. Think about a tree. Think about the roots that come down and go all the way down into the ground. With a tree, they go underground. You can't see the roots. You know what I mean? It's underground. If, think about your childhood and whether your childhood was stable. Like, did you feel like you had trust in your family when you were growing up? Was there trust and love around you? Like your root chakra. These are all things that deal with the root chakra. Stability. It's the foundation. And I've made other videos. If you go on my here on TikTok or on YouTube, I kind of look at it as like if you might want to think about the family tree, but you might want to even think about a home. You know, the attic, or think about the basement would be kind of, oh wow, I'm talking a lot. Let me hurry up because in just a little bit this is going to shut down, and I don't want it. TikTok is warning me. 4 minutes and 53 seconds is all I have before it's going to turn off. And I'm probably not going to go live again. I usually don't do that. But guys, okay, think about that. 396. If you listen to that frequency corresponds with the root chakra. Now we're going to scramble it up again. And I told you, we're kind of thinking about eggs right now, guys. If also, guys, if you were thinking about a house, the root chakra would basically be the basement. Okay. Now we're going to jump up and we're going to go to like the middle of the house. Okay. Think about the heart chakra. The heart chakra. Now let me see. Let me take those numbers. Okay. Take those numbers. Now you had 369. I talked about 396. That is the root. Okay. Now we are going to jump up and we are going to go to the frequency of 639. With that frequency, that frequency is associated with the heart chakra. The heart chakra is about healing. It's about healing relationships. It's about enhancing communication, fostering love and compassion. Okay? That is what the heart chakra is about. Okay? Think about your family. Just think about your heart, guys. And but again, the number that corresponds with that, the frequency that corresponds with the heart chakra, is all about scrambling those numbers. 369. I just looked at them one day and I thought about it. Like, could these numbers be scrambled up and be associated with the chakras? Okay, guys. So again, you start with 396, you have the root chakra. Okay. If you go to 639, you have the heart chakra. Okay, guys. Now we're going to jump up and we're going to become kings and queens and godlike. Okay. I'm looking for it right here. If you are working with the frequency of 963, you now have the crown chakra. Now that is basically opening the pineal. I hope I'm pronouncing it. The pineal gland. You know what I'm talking about? The third eye. That is like godlike. It's intuition. It is oneness. It's the frequency of gods, of the gods, or of God, or whatever, the universe. You got that crown on your head, and it is the crown basically is the crown of your head. It's the gate to oneness, basically. But basically the frequency that works that works with the crown chakra, kings and queens, all that, oneness with the universe. Okay, guys. Intuition, all that, opening the third eye, is the 963 frequency, hertz. Guys, go over on YouTube and listen to it. You can listen to these all through the night. I found different, I've talked about music by Michael Jackson and different people. I found where you can actually find different songs where it is set to the frequency. I think it's like 432. You look for them. Yeah, they're on YouTube. I think I found The Lady in My Life by Michael Jackson. You can find them at different hertz. You have to look around, but if you type it in there, it might pop up. You know, if it's like an older song but The Lady in My Life, that was a sunset song recently. Guys, time is going down. 108 seconds that I have, a minute and 8 seconds. That's actually a special number too, because just look it up, guys. 108 is a very special number. I'm wondering if this is going to go over. I'm probably not going to be able to upload this as a live, like a replay. I'm probably going to have to do little parts of it, and then you're going to have to go over on, see clips of it. Maybe I'm going to try to upload here on TikTok. But for this whole replay, you're going to have to go ahead and join me over on YouTube. Guys, right now my phone is at 33%. 3, add another 3, you've got 6. Add another 3, you've got 9. 369. Guys, this is the 99 portal. Guys, think positive. I think I've told you some really positive things. I want to go ahead and tell you one more number. This number here, 936, we'll scramble that in there too with 11 seconds left. It's an angel number, and it's basically about, guys, I'm going to have to stop 5 seconds. Thank you so much for watching. This is